very excited about this one. We're gonna start off with one of my go-to weeknight meals. I am making my leftover rice roasted salmon dinner.
Ooh.
Feel good?
Yeah.
I don't know about y'all, but like anytime I have leftover rice, I'm like, I don't know what to do with it. I keep it in my fridge. We try to eat a bite out of the fridge and it feels like you're eating raw rice. It doesn't work. I personally don't own a microwave.
Either do I, Mary.
Okay, Andrea's with me. No. Okay, but we have two shocked faces.
We love our microwave.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
How do you heat up your coffee that you haven't got
Honestly,
to?
I just got used to very cold coffee. It is very
What
good.
if we called it a microwave?
Microwave. If we did it Nigella Lawson style, I definitely would have one for
fancy.
sure.
Yeah.
I got no issue with the microwave.
Yeah.
I just do not have a lot of room in my
Same.
kitchen. So I figured out a way to reheat rice in a different way. Sometimes I'll do it in a pan, but then I add too much liquid. It gets a little stodgy.
Sticky.
Exactly. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna roast the rice on a sheet pan with everything else. This is a sheet pan dinner, one pan, and we're good to go.
Love it.
Sounds good. Okay, perfect. The first thing we need is 4 cups of leftover rice, and you want to use leftover rice for this dish. So I've got some just in a container right here, and I'm just gonna add that into a large bowl. Now this is like 4-ish cups of rice, but you can do more or less, you know, whatever rice you got left
Whatever
over.
you got.
It's gonna be good, it's gonna be good. All right, now into there I'm gonna add in some flavoring. So the first thing I need is 3 green onions. I'm gonna thinly slice these up. This is gonna give a really nice flavor into there. Now, if you didn't wanna use green onions, you could definitely use like a shallot, something like that, but I wanna use a quicker cooking vegetable, something that's gonna cook up nice and quick, because honestly, this dinner is ready in about like 20 minutes, which is a total dream. I know, guys, we're weeknight. This is not weekend.
Yes.
Nobody's got time for that, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so I've got those nice and chopped up. I'm gonna add these green onions on into my rice. And then to give that more flavor and a little bit of moisture, because we need to bring some moisture in, because I don't know what happens in the fridge, but there's some sort of wizard that steals all the water.
All of it.
From the rice.
rice.
It's so
Yes,
confusing.
I know.
So I'm gonna add that in the form of soy sauce. This is kind of where we get into fried rice territory. I'm going with about 2 tablespoons of that right onto that rice. Just kind of drizzle it out just to get it nice and in there. Then I also want a little bit of oil for a little bit of crispiness, because like I
course.
love those little crunchers of
Yeah.
rice in there.
Best.
So I'm going in with the neutral oil. You can use anything you want. I'm going canola. So about 2 tablespoons of that right on top. And you want to give that a good toss together. This is the only messy part of this recipe, is trying to mix up this rice. Now, as you can see, it starts to break apart. I don't know what it is about leftover rice, but it kind of acts like confetti. It flies everywhere. So this is the only tricky part of this recipe. So give it a good mix together, just until it's nice and combined, and you can kind of see that soy sauce touching everything. Once that's nice and combined, what you want to do is you actually want to put some oil onto this sheet pan. Again, it's going to lead to more crispy crunchies, which is a dream. So I'm going on with a little drizzle, again, of that canola oil. If you wanted to here, you could also use nonstick cooking spray. That would work perfectly. I'm going to just brush that out, though, to get everything nice and coated. This is going to give you that crispy crunch bottom, but then also the rice is going to kind of steam itself as it does its thing. Okay, so rice goes on, spread that out into a nice even-ish layer.
This is so fun, Mary.
I know, I'm excited about it.
Yeah, I love this.
Andrea, you know my idea of fun. And that is mixing rice up and spreading oil down. Okay, yeah. All right.
Well, it's like fried rice, but like just way easier.
Way easier.
Yeah.
Way easier.
Completely.
Hands off.
Yeah.
Totally hands off. So we're gonna spread that out so it's nice and kind of touching all the bottom of that pan. You can leave little bits here and there. Those will get extra crispy. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pop this into my oven. I've got my oven heated to 400 degrees, nice and hot, and I want that to go in for about 10 minutes. So we're gonna pop that in. Let that start doing its thing while we get to work on the protein for this dish. Now, it is a 1-pan dish, but we're also gonna try to make this a 1-bowl dish. So I'm actually gonna use this to mix everything else up. So the first thing I need, and I wanted to do kind of a dressing or a marinade that kind of reminds me of, like, you know when you get that little salad on the side of your sushi? And that dressing that's like sesame-y and a little sweet?
So good.
Yeah, that's the vibe we're going for. And the thing that makes that dressing so nice and sweet is actually grated carrot.
Oh.
Yeah. Guys, I know you
that's
got a
my
carrot
story.
hanging around in that
Yes,
crisp.
you do. We all do.
There's always one sad little carrot. So you want about a medium carrot, and I've just grated it on the fine side of a box grater. That gets it nice and fine. You're not gonna see those big chunks.
Oh, yeah.
If you want it a little bit chunkier, obviously, go with the big side. That's mostly done.
Beautiful.
And I'm
Look
gonna
at that.
transfer that. Guys, I had it pre-done, don't worry. I feel like I'm a
Like the
wizard.
wasabi action going too.
All right, I'm gonna add that carrot right on into my bowl. And then I'm also gonna go in with another green onion, just to kind of mimic the flavor going on in that rice. So give that a nice mince up.
I
You
love
can-
a green onion.
Oh my gosh, it's
I
so
always
good.
have them in the crisper,
Yes.
and they add way more flavor than people give them credit for.
Yes.
They totally
Yeah.
do. They're really nice. They give that onion flavor. They give a bit of, obviously, that green flavor. One of the biggest disagreements, I'll call it, my husband and I had when we first started dating, is he didn't like green onion.
What?
Thank you.
Aaron.
Aaron.
I was like, come on. We got him on the train, though. Don't worry,
Perfect.
everybody. He's here now.
Amazing.
All right, I'm going in with that green onion as well. And now we're gonna add in some flavor boosters. So the first thing I need is some ginger. Now I have some here. I have some already minced up, but does anybody know? There you go. We got it. I keep my ginger in the freezer. I love this energy. Like, not even a hand up, just a freezer. Yeah. So I always keep my ginger in the freezer because it keeps it really fresh for a really long time. And then you can just grate it into literally
easy.
anything
Yes.
you're putting it into.
Yeah.
And it's less fibrous
It's less
than the
fibrous.
fresh ginger.
That's the thing. The freezer kind of breaks down those kind of like almost hairs that
Yes.
ginger
Yes.
has. So you can just grate it right on in. I'm not gonna lie, we're on TV, we're going fast. So I've already got some here. You want about 3 tablespoons of that ginger that's minced up. That's gonna be beautiful. Then I'm going in with a clove of garlic. Just one. You can add in more if you want. Alex, what is it that you say about garlic?
You measure with your heart.
You measure with your heart.
Yeah.
Of course.
It's as to bake vanilla as to baking, garlic is to cooking. You know,
A trillion
you never
percent.
measure it.
Yeah.
No, it's vibes only
Yeah.
when we talk measurements of garlic. All right, that's going right on in there. And then for a little bit of crunch, let's go in with 2 tablespoons
Yum.
of some sesame
I like that.
seeds.
Yeah.
I love. This is also gonna mimic what we're gonna taste later. It's gonna show you that there's gonna be something kind of sesame seedy in here. For a little bit of sweetness, just to balance everything, a tablespoon of honey is gonna go on in.
Love that. Little
Give it a-
liquid honey.
Liquid honey. Why is it that honey always turns into a solid in my house?
Oh.
That's why
Thank
we
you.
have a microwave.
Looks like we gotta get a microwave. All right. Now into there for seasoning. We're not putting any salt in there, but we are putting salt in the form of soy sauce. So about a 1/4 cup of soy sauce. This is a nice thick kind of dressing sauce. If you wanted to do this like a salad dressing, I'd thin it out. I'd put some rice wine vinegar in here.
Yeah.
Sweet.
That would be amazing. Exactly.
I like the texture in this.
Yeah, me
what I was thinking
too.
too.
The little bits are
Yeah.
so good. Now, for that toasted sesame, we're going in with about a tablespoon or 2 of that toasted sesame oil.
Do you keep your sesame oil in the fridge or in the cupboard?
I keep it in the cupboard, but I use it really fast.
I keep it in the fridge.
Yeah, I keep it in the fridge because I don't use it that often.
Oh,
But
nice.
it's good to know if you don't use it that often in the
Yes.
fridge, but if you're going through it like Mary is,
Yes.
you know, I guess you can keep it on the counter.
Yeah, I do use it a lot. All right, so this is nice and thick. It smells absolutely amazing. It looks like a dog's breakfast, but it's gonna be great. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go grab my rice. So this has been cooking for about that 10-minute mark, and it should be starting to get a little bit crispy on the bottom. You can see there's little
smell it.
crispins
Oh, yeah, you can smell it.
happen.
Oh my God.
Feeling very excited. But as I promised, this is a sheet pan dinner. So I have got 4 salmon fillets here, looking beautiful. You can have them with skin on, skin off, whatever you like. I actually like to buy my salmon fillets just from the bulk kind of grocery store situation, and I cut them up myself. Is anybody else
We
doing
know
that?
what you're talking about.
You know,
here.
you know the ones. Their cost is
Do you
very
freeze
good.
it?
I love it personally. All right, that salmon's going right on. I'm gonna spoon over some of this delicious sauce situation.
Oh, yeah.
Right on top of each of those salmon fillets. Just get all that flavor that's gonna cook down. It's gonna intensify, sweeten, round out as it cooks in the oven. Then, for a little bit of green, just to make this a full dinner, I've also got some green beans here, but whatever greens look good to you, broccolini, pop those into leftover
smart.
marinade.
Still using that bowl.
Double
too.
duty.
Yeah.
Ignore the counter, because she's messy. But this is such a quick and easy dinner. Just toss whatever you got up, pop those green beans on.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna stick this back into the oven at that 400 degrees for about just 12 to 15 minutes. I mean, does it not smell out of control?
Amazing.
I'm feeling very excited about it. Now, the best thing about this is it is a one-pan sheet pan wonder. So to serve this up, I like to just get a spoon, or let's do one of Andrea Bucket's favorite. Oh,
One of my faves,
A
the
fish
fish
spatula.
spatula.
Love a
Gotta
fish
love it. To get underneath that crispy rice. Now I'm gonna show you just a little bit and flip it over. You get that little
smells so
crunchy
good.
golden brown. It's gonna be a total dream. Just kind of get all of that off. The rice is tender. It is golden. It is crispy. You got those green beans. It's a full dinner, all in one.
You brought it back to life.
I brought it
Mary,
back to
that
life.
rice.
Listen,
Yeah.
you make this, no one's gonna know they're eating your leftovers. It's a complete dream. All right, I'm excited about that. I'm gonna take a little bite of the rice though. But right now, we gotta move on to Vijaya. What do you think?
Oh, I'm so excited.
Is it good?
Oh my God, naturally.
It's so crunchy.
Yes.
It's so crunchy.
We love texture.
I love a texture. Hey, Mary here. What did you think? Drop your comments below and don't forget to like and subscribe for more of the good stuff.